All right, hopefully you guys can hear me. This is the July 2020 budget review. I am filming this outside in Waukegan, Illinois, at my work site because I'm planning a trip tonight and I wanted to make sure I get this done by the end of the month so that we don't have to toggle between July and August budget. But getting started here with the income, the AdSense was about $1 more than I thought it was going to be, so 151 there. And then you'll see the paycheck was $6,289. That is after taxes. And that's a little bit more than I had expected. I think part of why that's more is because I was planning on having a certain amount, and then we got some additional pay as well. I'll talk more about it in my next budget with me, which will be for August. But that's actually going to be an additional $4.22 per hour. So that's where a lot of that came from. And I apologize, guys. I know it's windy, and I think the mic's picking it up, but this is the best I can do for right now using the laptop. No referral income this month. And then under other income here, I did have almost $4. It was like $3.82 or something like that in interest income. And then reimbursement of $107. That is from when I was in Birmingham, Alabama. That was all of my stuff for that trip that was reimbursed. And then I did have a return purchase of $33. We'll talk more about that in my miscellaneous expenses here in a bit. But essentially, I bought something at Target for work, ended up returning it. So car insurance is right on. And you'll see here the car payment is way over. But that's actually okay because my last deployment, which was in Idaho Falls, that deployment and all the money that came from that was set to be used for an additional payments to the car loan. So that's right. That is supposed to be way more. I got a full tank of gas when I was home and for my 5-day break, and have about a quarter tank of that left. So that's all I used. And electric was right on. The internet was a little under because I had actually paid ahead a little bit. I do need to mention with this, I think this is raised to either $17 or $18 a month. So I'll have to take care of that in the next budget with me. And mobile phone, I think that may just be taxes or something that made that go over a little bit. Gas, I saw that I just got the bill in the mail, and I'll look tomorrow into paying that. Got paid again today, and I'm kind of holding off on paying the bills until tomorrow, just so everything is sort of finalized for the month before I go sending money out of the accounts. Fast food, only spent $15. With fast food, groceries, and restaurants, keep in mind I'm using mostly my per diem money for that. So this is what I actually used like real money on throughout the month. So groceries, almost the entirety of that is that I ordered a meal prep service. So they won't take my per diem card, and I had to use my real money for that one. And then restaurants, for the most part, this was a couple places that I ate out in Idaho Falls where I had to pay cash. So gifts and donations, nothing this month. And the doctor, I need to respond to her email to schedule. So there wasn't anything this month. There will be some in August. And then rent was right on, as is renter's insurance. And then storage was paid, and I don't know why it's not showing up here. I have to look back and see what that got miscategorized as, but I did definitely pay the storage this month. Okay, so I figured out what happened with the storage. I had actually categorized that as mom's storage, even though it was mine. So I had hers doubled on here. So that's all figured out. Looks like business expenses were more. I've been carrying this $15 in business expenses for months and months, and I finally got that done. I'm really happy with that. And in that, I created some merch and I ordered some samples. So it's the merch samples plus the thing that I thought was going to be $15 ended up being, I think it was 30 something. It was way more than what I did it a few years back. Clothing. Okay, so we ended up at $90 here. Basically, I ordered on clearance a sweatshirt, a t-shirt, and a new face mask. And then I also ordered like 3 pairs of underwear. Um, Stuff for mom, that's her storage, and that was paid. And then in everything else here, auto fees and taxes, that's just my annual registration and sticker for Ohio. Service and parts, I did get the oil changed, and I got a couple of estimates. And with getting those estimates, I'm going to be able to create a new video for you guys. It was the last piece that I needed to get all the pricing for my why I stopped driving for Uber and Lyft video. Then you'll see here legal. You guys know that I've got that asset that I've been talking about for years that I still don't have in my possession. And apparently the lawyer that's involved needed to file something, and supposedly now this is the final part of it. But so that's what that is for, is to pay him for whatever fees he had to pay for. And then office supplies, I needed some Post-it notes at home, so about that. While I was at home on break, I did also get a movie, and I was so busy on break it took me 2 days to watch it. Got it from Redbox, and they charge per day, so that's what that is. This fees and charges is from something I returned to. It was actually a company called Casely. They make cell phone cases, and if you guys remember, a couple months back, I was trying to get my phone fixed, and I got a new case for it, but the case just didn't work right. So I sent it back, but there's a restocking fee, and that was the $5. The ATM fee, this is actually 2 ATM fees. We went to a restaurant in Idaho Falls, and they were cash only, but they had an ATM inside, and it was like a $3 ATM fee. But then my bank also charged me a fee for using an ATM that was outside their network. The finance charge is the $28 that is the interest on my credit card. And then the service fee, this is combined between the 2 storage units checks or money orders. This is how much I paid for the money order there. Only $21 in snacks. It was definitely higher than that, but a lot of it is being paid with per diem. And then hair, this is actually getting my eyebrows done. As you can see, my hair is crazy and blowing in the wind, and I wasn't able to get it done over break. I got an appointment the day before I left, and then the guy that cuts my hair had something come up with his kid he had to go take care of. So I'm really hoping that I can just get scheduled for the next time. Oh, speaking of, $1 of this is actually the scheduling fee through Style Seat, which is how he schedules. And then this $35 for shopping, this is actually, I bought an inflatable mattress so I can sleep at work. We have times where we're allowed to do that, and it's a lot better than sleeping on the floor. This transfer is actually $36 that's being transferred to savings as of today, because I also got paid today. But normally this evens out. It'll be like a $36 and a negative $36, and then it automatically just cancels out. But because the negative $36 will be on August's budget, it shows up here. And then the transfer to cash spending, that was when I got the cash from the ATM at the restaurant. I did actually keep some of that money. Then I have $7 for laundry. That's doing laundry at the hotel. And $5 for spa and massage. I went to the mall in Columbus, and it's just one of those massage chairs. The rest of that $40 I just have in my wallet in cash, and that is just used for laundry at the hotel. Air travel, that's baggage, and that's going to be reimbursed. I filed my expense report for that. And then the rental car and taxi, that is my Lyft going from home to the airport, and then the airport back home at the end of my last deployment. And so that's going to be reimbursed as my expense report as well. And then looking down here, looks like we have the goals for the emergency fund for this month that was $1,000. Let's take a look here and see how I did on that. right, so I did $1,267 this month. So that's great. Taking a look here at income by merchant, we have my main job, which is 96% of my income, and then the other, which is 4%. And okay, so this is AdSense, just the advertising from the channel. And then this is my first reimbursement from my tour in Birmingham, I believe. And then return purchases was I had to return one of the beds to Target. The first one had a hole in it, and then I bought another one. And then I would have actually just zeroed this out, but it came on last month's expenses, so it wasn't going to match up correctly. And then $388 is what I actually earned in interest on my savings accounts. All right, so taking a look at the net worth here, this is what we've got for this month. As you can see here, there's a really pretty big spike in the net worth and for the reduction in debt total there. You can almost see a little bit of gray between those black dots, which is something I haven't seen for a very long time. And scrolling down here through the numbers, you can see that assets did increase, and that looks like approximately $1,500. Those increased. I can't 100% take that seriously because a lot of times Mint doesn't factor a few things into that. It may be more or less than that, but still, that gives you a general idea. And as you can see here, the debt decreased by $2,912.24, which may actually be the biggest decrease that we've ever had. I had to make some adjustments to this number. Basically, I added in the correct IRA, which doesn't report on here, the right balance for that. And then I double checked the difference between my main checking account and the actual total on it in here. And it's the difference of the paycheck that I got today, which was a partial paycheck of $819.92. So I need to add that in. I do also, in my per diem account, I have $1,993.50. I'm adding that in because that's what I use as my main spending money right now, and I'll be able to transfer that out at the end and put it toward debt or toward whatever. On top of that, I do factor in this $150 gift card that I have in my wallet that I keep forgetting to spend. And when I factor all of that in, that leaves me with a net worth for July of negative $157,505.58, which is just by far the highest it's been for a very, very long time. It's actually an increase of $6,656.81. So made a lot of progress, and I did actually make a payment today, another $1,400 and some payment to the car, and that won't come out until probably around midnight or so tonight. But that's going to be almost exclusively a principal-only payment, and that's going to take the balance of the car loan down to about $5,500. So with a couple of back paychecks that I've got coming in, hopefully in the next month or two, that means that I'm not even going to have to bother with refinancing the car. Instead of doing that, it's actually just going to let me just completely pay the car off within, like I said, like a month or two. I'll have that completely done. So I am currently in Waukegan, Illinois, and I'll be here until I think around the 16th of August. So I'm going to make sure I try to get this video out to you and the August budget with me as soon as I can. But I do have a couple other videos planned for the month, and I have very limited free time, but I am going to try my best to get that out to you guys as soon as I can. Thanks for sticking around with me with all this weird work schedule and that conflicting with getting videos out. But at the end of this, I'll be able to do YouTube exclusively. So it's going to be a huge opportunity. So anyway, guys, that's all I've got for you right now. I'm going to head back to work. And if you have any questions, leave them down in the comments and I'll try to respond.